Welcome to the Urbane Legend Christmas mini-series. Happy holidays. I'm driving away from my home this Christmas, 'cause I can no longer stand to see your faces. Yes, I'm driving away from my home this Christmas, and I've been using a fake identity so you won't find me. Well, I'm pretty sure the kids ain't mine, and I've given this all my time, but I'm driving away from my home tonight. Oh yeah. Hello and Merry Christmas from all of us.
Jingle bells.
All of us at Urbane Legends, the hit internet podcast about urban legends and things in that general area. Merry Christmas from all of us. That would be the two of us, me being one, Chris Flynn, and the other being Mr. Jingle Bells himself.
Jingle bells, Neil Herbert. Oh, happy holidays for those of you who don't celebrate Christmas.
Happy holidays. Yep, or just happy Sunday to...
Yeah, just
to whoever else.
Happy Festivus.
We're a bit excited, aren't we?
Yeah. Diwali. I can't remember. Diwali's earlier on in the year.
Festival of Light.
What's the What's the African
Kwanzaa?
Thank you. Yeah, about that. I think we've covered them all now.
We need to cover them all. We're quite excited because this season, Neil's for anyone who's been with us a long time, going back all the way to series 1, Neil, you've got an on-off friendship with a certain DJ Khaled, I believe, and things have kind of gone well for you recently. You're back being friends again. Is that right?
Yeah, getting on.
So what, due to that, I mean, they're both cool cats, so they don't kind of, like, Neil's like, yeah, whatever,
You don't want to overplay.
DJ Khaled's the same,
cool.
but we've actually been invited on, for the next week or so to DJ Khaled's dirigible.
Very nice.
So at the moment, we're actually floating 50 miles off of Miami over the Atlantic, over international waters, so anything goes.
Oh, yes.
No
crime in the skies or the seas.
No crime in the skies over the seas. It's a lovely place. It's 200 meters long.
Great view of Miami Beach.
Great view of Miami Beach. It's actually the world's biggest ever dirigible. Basically, what he likes using it's like a chill-out pad. Also recording studio. It's also what we're going to be using, because we're staying
Olympic-sized swimming pool.
Olympic-sized swimming pool. And he also he has a courtroom in the centre of it, which people use, certain international actors use
as rulings, like Judge Judy's.
Yeah, so they use that because it's over international waters to do some court stuff.
Adjudicating.
Got all the a lot of bad actors use it. People who can't use sort of The Hague or that kind of thing. So it's used by all of your normal bad actors around the world. So your North Korea, your Russia, your Iran.
If you know, you know.
Your UK, your USA, and the worst of them all, Malta.
Oh, don't.
But they use it. They come up
here.
Will the
public ever find out what Malta's been up to?
Oof. It's outside of people's view. It's over international waters. But so we're going to be looking at some.
I don't know what Maltesers are made out of. I tell you what, it's not malt.
That Maltesers don't come from Malta.
Oh no, that's Birmingham, isn't it?
They come from Birmingham, yeah. The Malta of England.
Yeah.
So often called. So we're going to be, Neil suggested this, we're going to be looking at some stuff around Christmas and how maybe it's true, maybe it ain't. To an extent, what Neil's trying to do is ruin Christmas, and I'm fully behind him on that.
I just want to know everything you thought you knew was a lie.
Just want to
is what
fact
I'm
check
hoping
it.
we'll find out. We're just going to do some. We're just going to have
Fact
a
check
look.
Christmas.
Yeah. Bit of fun in there.
That's the spirit.
Almost audit Christmas.
But yeah, so
Numbers don't add up, I'm afraid.
Numbers don't add up. Have you been asking them for their tickets, for their receipts?
Sorry, name's not down. You're not coming in.
Hey, excuse me, Christmas. I want to see some receipts.
Yeah.
Is that what you've been saying? And what's Christmas been saying? Oh, I seem to have lost them. Useless.
But what about the magic of the season?
Well, first of all, I don't believe in magic.
Butternut parsnips.
And to be honest, I'm not sure I believe in seasons.
Mm.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing that. So that's a lot of fun, isn't it? If you want to listen to something slightly more Christmas, well, no, that's not true either. I was going to say we did a series last year about different Christmas monsters, essentially, or.
I mean, we didn't realise before we went in. Like Santa's got some bad lads hanging around with him.
He's got some bad lads.
He's got a posse, and they aren't particularly nice.
Mm. So before we get going, we're in the courtroom at the moment. We've got some drank. I've got some.
Very chill.
Yeah, I've got some Prosecco because obviously I don't booze. So what that is, it's tonic water with some off pear juice put in it, and it's pretty delicious. Neil, what are you having there? A codeine based drink, is it?
Yeah, slowing my roll, I believe, is the 20-year-old.
Some lean. Yeah, some lean, lovely. And DJ Kaz, he's got a pint of warm British ale in a pineapple. Delicious. Tropical.
Tim Taylor's, I think.
Is that what it's called? A Tim
Taylor, yeah.
A warm bitter
Platinum
and a pineapple.
brew. Yeah.
So we'll describe our surroundings. Let's just clink our glasses. Clink.
Ding.
Lovely. You couldn't
No
hear
expense spared.
So I've got so there's murals on the left and the right wall. I'll describe the mural on my side first, then Neil, I'll let you describe the other one. So what I'm looking at here, it's the Lady of Justice.
Okay.
So, but instead of having the blindfold over her eyes, she's got it tied into a bandana. And instead of holding scales, she's got a 1980s ghetto blaster. And instead of holding a sword of justice, she has an umbrella, confusingly. So, yeah, that's nice, isn't it?
That's good.
Neil, what's on the wall? Do you want to describe what's on the wall?
Yeah, I mean, a figure that looks very much like DJ Khaled himself, mounted atop a killer whale.
Very nice.
Rising out of the sea with a flaming sword in his right hand.
Lovely. And judge's wig on.
Yep, judge's wig and the little black cap for condemning people. And pointing an accusing finger at a terrified looking person who's floating down in the sea.
And I'm not going to cast aspersions, and he's looking at me and he knows what I'm going to say. I think that is. I don't think that you have an 8-pack in real life, DJ Khaled, unlike on the mural. Yeah. He's blushing away. You won't hear.
He's had an oil painting glow up, I think.
It's a little bit of a glow up, isn't it? A little, yeah. Well, they always used to do it in the old days. So DJ Khaled will be administering justice. So on what we talk about, he won't be speaking. He actually correctly charges £150,000 to put his voice on anything.
Slightly out of our price
range. But as he said, my voice being recorded is my income. So I can't blame him on that. So he's just going to pass us. He's going to pass us bits of paper.
Yeah.
And it's just enjoy the ride like the rest of you.
It's still, it's a good little treat for Christmas, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. So, Neil, what are you destroying today?
Well, we're going to take
this Christmas this most Christmas of all days.
Where are you going to start with Christmas? Because we're going to have to start with the Nativity story, aren't we?
Oh, okay.
So we can have a look at it. unpick the various elements, see how many of them stand up to biblical.
So I'm not a theologian. Technically, I'm not a theologian. Do you want me to? So I'm going to play the layman here.
Okay.
Difficult. It's an artistic. Yeah, it's a leap.
I mean, we've all been exposed to it to an extent, haven't we? So
yes. You're talking about Nativity, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay,
not the other thing. Yeah.
Not the other stuff.
That's the other podcast.
Huh? That's the other podcast.
That's a paid one.
That's on the dark
Specialist.
web. Yeah. So I'm going to tell you what my memories are of the Nativity, and we'll see. It's basically a memory check for me, but we'll see if they hold up. So, God knocks up Mary. Yeah, she's 13 or whatever.
I mean, that's one way of putting it. Don't remember her age. Yeah.
Yeah, she was. That's how old she was. They need to leave where they live, which I'm assuming is Galilee, right? I think because Herod, they call him King Herod, but he's not king. He's a Roman. But he's doing some infanticide or something. And so everyone's getting out of there so the kids don't get murdered. And then they go to Bethlehem on a donkey because unfortunately Elon Musk's Hyperloop project didn't get off the ground in the Sea of Galilee area. Sure. They get to Bethlehem. It's all booked up because of all the refugees. They say to they knock on the doors and I go, nah, sorry, fully booked. Should have gone on the app. And then they get one person.
Trivago.
Should use Trivago. Booking.com I use. Yeah. Then they, not sponsored by either yet.
Yeah. Give Airbnb a miss.
Yeah, fuck that. Crazy prices.
Had bad experiences.
And it destroys city centres.
Yeah.
So then someone who's a bit canny, doesn't want to leave money on the table, goes, well, you could stay in the stable. It's cheaper than the room, but I still need paying. And so they go and stay in the stable. Nice bit of straw, some animals in the stable as well, presumably. Then she gives birth. There's a manger in the stable for some reason, not sure why. Then 3 kings come with gifts because they'd seen a star and just decided to follow it because there's nothing to do really. And they, to be honest, very much like the king in the UK, it was very much like a symbolic position. So they didn't need to do any kinging. So they were like, "Oh, we'll go and do this."
Yeah, as well.
The government will continue running the kingdoms. Then some angels come down as well, probably with trumpets, and that's it. That's your nativity. Am I close?
I don't think you're not that far off, to be honest. So you've hit like 4 of the 5 I was going to do, and they didn't necessarily have. A little donkey, 3 wise kings, incapable of turning her away, being born in a stable. The other one I've got is about being born on Christmas Day or December.
Oh, I thought that was as read.
I mean, that's as read.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing I think that you. So I think remembering of the traditional nativity. I think Herod was a king. He wasn't a Roman emperor or anything.
Oh, was he just? He was Roman affiliate.
I don't know. It was like a suzerainty or whatever the term is, but they were like a vassal state or something of Rome, I think. So,
well, I know he was called King Herod in it, but I thought that he wasn't technically a king. He was, they were a vassal.
I think they were Roman affiliate. Any biblical scholars are going to be tearing their hair out.
I don't think biblical scholars listen to this.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Yeah,
I don't think scholars listen to this.
No, anyone can read
biblical or otherwise.
Yeah,
I think only people who have broken their phone and it's stuck on this listen to this.
Yeah.
Okay,
just fallen over and had an accident.
Or people in CIA captivity listen to this.
Well, we know that, don't we?
Okay, Neil. So what you're gonna break it down, are you?
Yes. So I'm going to probably. I mean, the thing is,
Are you going to start off with the Immaculate Conception part, or are we skimming over that?
What I'm basically going to do is break out the Bible, and then when we get to no, it's going to be quite a rambling path through the Old Testament until we even get here. But
Right.
I
Okay.
reckon we can get about 500 episodes out of this. So
Okay, that's good.
we'll just be narrating the Bible, and if not, we'll just sell it as a lovely spoken word version of the Bible. So
Yeah.
that'll get us in good with the
Christian right.
Christian right. Yeah, that's where the money
Well,
is.
there's money to be made.
Yeah.
So,
Or I could just read, some stuff off the History Channel website. Another way of doing it, isn't it?
There's another way of doing it. That's my Bible, History 2.
Well, tell me, you need faith to believe some of the crap they come out with.
It's all true now.
It's absolute fact. Yeah, so I might dip around for some different places, and we'll see how we dip in and out. But yeah, I'm going to go through like a few at a time, and we'll just sort of see.
Oh, DJ Khaled's just left for a minute.
That's fine.
That's all right.
Small bladder, isn't he?
Yeah, I've got terrible bladder.
Get used to that. Right, everyone. So So myth number 1 then: Jesus being born on Christmas Day.
So I'm aware that there's it's disputed.
Yeah,
I've heard that he was born in the summer.
that's true. So, I mean,
on the streets. That's where I've heard it.
Yeah,
you know what it's like on the tough streets.
Street theologian
on Port Slade.
Whatever.
You've got to be able to rap. You've got to be able to body pop, and you've got to be able to hold a coherent theological argument.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise,
in Thomas Aquinas.
use a punk.
Yeah. So quite simply put, no, he wasn't. Right, the History Channel. The exact date the Son of God was born is not stated anywhere in the Gospels, so we can't say for sure when the event occurred. Well, how do you know? But it almost certainly didn't take place during the colder months of the year, as realistically shepherds would have been tending their flocks in deep winter. I suppose that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, some shepherds turn up as well, don't they?
Yeah, and they would have, yeah.
I forgot about them.
Yeah, there's a whole, I think there's shepherds turn up alongside with the 3 kings.
And the Lamb of God. Do we also, do we cover the true facts that Jesus was the first Caucasian to be born of 2 Middle Eastern parents?
I didn't actually, have that down because, that's a. Well, I remember seeing
That's all right. Genetics are weird.
Yeah, just
weird
recessive gene.
Could have been passed down from great grandparents or something.
I mean, supposedly, if you go around the world, he's depicted in sort of different nationalities or races or whatever.
Well, they're wrong, aren't they? Because he's Caucasian.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Next question.
Fact. Definitely not a myth, that.
Beautiful blonde hair.
Oh, yeah.
Like the golden sun.
He spoke with received pronunciation, I believe.
He looked very much like Adam, Prince of Eternia.
Yeah.
Yeah, his voted
He
RP.
had an 8-pack.
Oh, and the rest. He had his 8-pack on his 8-pack. Is that a 64-pack? Yeah, probably. I don't know times tables.
Sure. Yeah. 8 to 64, if that's what you're saying.
Oh, nice. Look at that. I'm learning.
So, why do we celebrate Christmas on the 25th of December?
Pagan.
Some historians believe, it's Saturnalia or Yule, isn't it? But yeah, it's because that date fell during the winter solstice, which was an already established pagan tradition that was later Christianized. Another theory, though, suggests that we have a 3rd century AD Roman scholar named Hippolytus to thank.
Hippolytus. He sounds cool. Hippolytus. Did he have flares?
You'd like to think so.
Did he have platforms with gold vision?
Hippolytus.
Hey, I'm Hippolytus.
Ain't no hipper than me.
Exactly.
And that's why he was thinking about when Jesus was conceived. So he,
Yeah, because he had sex on the bread.
yeah.
Because he was hip.
He figured he was conceived on the 25th of March during the spring equinox due to the presence of shepherds and sheep. He then walked forward 9 months to find a birth date and landed on 25th of December. So there's some thorough scholarship for you.
Yeah, but I mean, what is also not, I mean, like that is thorough scholarship. But I mean, the one criticism I've had of it is, do we know the gestation period of a godchild?
Well, this is true.
Is
do you know that?
Is God's sperm the same as human sperm? Does God even have sperm? So does it just shoot magic?
No, it's immaculate conception, wasn't it?
What does that mean?
There was none of that business involved.
What
that's the miracle of. Oh no, it's God's ineffable majesty.
It wasn't like in the movie Species, then.
I don't recall much about that. I believe there was a
Natasha Henstridge just being half naked. Yeah,
was that from Melina and Forrest Whitaker in that as well? It's a surprisingly strong cast for a shite film, I think.
So that film came out when I was a youngish teenager.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch the whole film.
Yeah, I'm done. 10 minutes in. I don't think see how this plot resolves. Sadly enough, I think I have seen the whole thing through. Yeah.
That's called edging.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Sick boy.
It's taken a turn, hasn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't going to be like this, wasn't it?
No, I don't think so. It's been a lonely Christmas.
I'm going to look for some other bits about it being on the Washington Post article, and they've got a Pope Francis kissing a baby Jesus' knee.
Nice.
Fairly disturbing image. Anyway.
Why is he doing that? What's the knee about? Just fighting knee.
I mean, yeah, well, actually, taken in a different way, it could be viewed as baby Jesus kneeing Pope Francis in the face.
I think that's more likely.
Taking one in the mush.
Yeah. Bang. Stay down.
You know what's good for you?
You'll stay down, and I don't want to see you round my manor again. Jesus was not only a Caucasian, but he was a Cockney, wasn't he?
He knew the craze.
There's
mutual respect there, Chris. Mutual respect. And you had to treat ladies.
Then you had to treat their mum.
Yeah.
Violet and Mary, they used to be in the same bridge club.
Because you look at Old Testament God, is definitely a bit cray adjacent.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, you got respect, all right? Yeah. You got respect. Respect has got to be earned. Then
exactly.
Fair enough. You step out of line.
Boy, humanity, you're disrespecting me. Right, Noah, Ark, now.
Yeah. You slags.
Right. I'm going to drown a lot of you until you learn.
We haven't learned our lesson, have we?
Oi, Abraham, where's my money? I'm sorry I don't have it. Right.
You better kill your own fucking son.
You've got to kill your own son.
Don't fucking do it, you monk.
Don't do it. I was only mucking a bit.
Jesus.
God, you've got no sense. Fuck me. Those boys would be better off without you. Send them down my boxing ring club.
Bring them up right.
And send your Doris round mine.
Never you mind why.
Never you mind why. Get back to those sheep.
Get you.
You fucking mug.
Oh my God, there you go. Old Testament version, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so apparently Christmas... I'm just looking at Washington Post as an article. Democracy dies in darkness, Chris.
Democracy dies in darkness?
This is ironic, because I think democracy is dying at the moment, and it's quite dark. So.
Oh, okay.
Christmas is on December 25th, but it wasn't always.
Oh.
So yada yada wasn't mentioned in the Bible. Silent on the time of year when it happened. It was first thought to take place on January the 6th. Why? Nobody knows.
Doesn't matter.
So don't
Don't-
you know that if you know what's good for you. Yeah.
Stop.
What got a question, ain't you? Fucking chatty cunt.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Get your nose out. I
Keep
say
your-
it's a six. It's a six.
Now, and you know what? Now it's the 25th. What can you do about it?
So, according to the Golden Bough, which is that famous study of mythology by James George Fraser, let's have a
Never
look.
heard of it.
It's a long one. Yeah, it's a good
Golden Bough.
read. The Golden Bough.
Bowl. B-O-W-L.
Bough, as in like bough of a tree. B-O-U-G-H.
Bow.
Yeah, he talks about kind of like old mythology and kind of like
Yeah.
where traditions come from and all that jazz. He's talking about it's from the solstice. This is just a much longer version of the one paragraph thing that we've already read. I thought they were going to say something like it was originally on different days, something like that. I do seem to recall, actually. I think I'm going to quickly Google this. Listeners, there's going to be quite a lot of live Googling. I think Orthodox.
They have it on a different day.
Have it on a different day.
Yeah, they do, yeah. Well, they moved in Ukraine, they moved Christmas from the Russian Orthodox Christmas Day to the 25th last year to further pull away from Russia.
Yeah,
Moving
so
Christmas.
Oh.
Yeah, so I mean, there's no. So even within Christianity, there is no agreement on the date of
when you should do it. Yeah,
of Christmas.
Yeah,
so does that mean they think Jesus was born on the 27th, or is that?
I think you should. Well, the thing is, as well. This was another myth that was proposed. I don't think we're going to cover it really because it's a thing. But the fact that Christmas isn't the most important festival, like Easter, obviously, is a much more significant festival for Christians because that's the resurrection and all that. It's
boring, whatever. It's boring.
But that doesn't have a load of characters like three wise kings and donkeys and all that.
Well, I mean, it's got 12 disciples.
Doesn't sell. Yeah, well, actually, no. You got Judas.
The disciples.
Last Supper.
Jesus, first vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where that came from. Apparently. Got the Romans. They're fun.
Oh, yeah. They're good characters always.
They're always good. So, Neil, so I'm going to be on, like, me and Callan's back. Me and him are looking at each other. We're not thinking you've put a very strong case across here at all for Christmas being or not being on the 25th.
I mean, nobody actually seems to know. So,
okay, Khaled's passing down his judgment on this bit of paper.
Everyone agrees it, isn't it?
No, he's put undecided.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. So, move on to your second.
Moving on to the second one. Okay, so were there three wise kings?
Were there three wise kings? I mean, probably about, but were they there? So, I don't know. You tell me.
So
you're the history buff.
I'm the one with a
computer
version of a computer. Right, let's have a shift there. So, yeah, I think this is technically known as the adoration of the Magi. So
the Magi.
So in the Bible, actually, we'll quickly go to the history. The History Channel's got a nice, concise debunking of all of these things. So myth, there were three kings. So we'll sort of dive into a bit more. The three kings did not visit Jesus when he was a child. Firstly, they weren't referred to as kings in the Bible, but Magi. So just like wise men. Neither were there three of them. The scriptures never actually gave a number. Only that there was more than one. For all we know, there could have been 500 of them. Mm-hmm. I mean, that would have been a fairly crowded stable, wouldn't it?
So is it based on there being three variety of presents?
Exactly
gold,
that.
Frankincense,
the assumption three came from the list of gifts they said to have bought: gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
But one person might have bought frankincense, one person might have brought myrrh, 100 people might have brought gold because it's the best.
Yeah. I like the fragrant oils, but I'll be honest with you,
I'd rather just cash.
Take
We
the
don't
folding.
we don't have vouchers yet, Amazon vouchers, so I'll just have cash. Then I could, do you know what? Then I can buy some fragrant oils if I want them. But if I want anything else, I can buy that too. It really is, the best gift. People think it's thoughtless, but I don't think so. I think it's actually thoughtful to be given gold, because that means that you're allowing me the option of what I wish to get with that. And it might be something that I wouldn't be able to buy otherwise, like a pair of headphones or something.
I might buy some frankincense. I might buy some myrrh.
Yeah. Or,
I've got a choice.
Yeah. Or I might, spend it all down the casino.
Yeah.
Have a nice evening. Do you know what I mean? Like, I like a flutter. Jesus liked to flutter, didn't he?
I mean, yeah, he was a risk taker, wasn't he?
Well, that's what that was what the story was written. They don't tell you that. It's in the Dead Sea Scrolls, though, that the reason why he turned over the money lender's table was actually that he lost a game of 3-card Monty.
Yeah, well, he'd had a heavy night as well on the sauce.
Yeah, he was
fuming.
Yeah, he wasn't
absolutely none of it.
Wasn't a good alcohol. Wasn't very good on alcohol.
No.
Short, quick to temper, I believe it says in the Dead Sea Scrolls.
He would just turn like that.
That's where the idea of God's wrath came from.
Sad to say.
The more you know, I believe they say in America.
I believe they do.
So come on.
I'm just picking up from the wiki article about the Magi, about so they were distinguished foreigners in the Gospel of Matthew and Christian tradition.
Hello. Are you Jesus?
So regular figures in traditional accounts of the Nativity celebrations. So Gospel of Matthew is the only one of the 4 Gospels to mention them.
No, not him.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Not that old duck.
Oh.
He's always mouthing off.
And it has it, they came from the east to worship the King of the Jews. Never mentions the number of Magi, but they all traditionally assume it's 3.
Well, and also, Neil, isn't 3 an important number in the Christian world? Trinity, yeah. It's 3s, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all about 3s. Although apparently, again, that's sort of schism in Eastern Christianity, especially the Syriac Church, is the Magi.
They're 4 and a half. They're 12, did they?
That's what they're up for 12. 12 days of Christmas. Why not? You never.
So the thing is, right? It's interesting because we learn all this stuff, and you learn it at school and that, right? Like even like in fucking nursery school, it's like 3 wise kings and all this kind of stuff. But it's like unless you go hunting for it, you don't learn. And I suppose it's not surprising, but it is weird that you don't learn about we say 3, but someone in
Belarus would think it's 12, whatever.
Do you know? And it's all meant to be. It's all Christianity, so it's kind of I don't know. It's weird, but not. I don't know. Like I find it weird that like Christianity is splintered off in so many different sects, and they're all basically just doing their own thing, really.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is the way. I mean,
they don't answer like the Eastern Orthodox don't answer to the Pope. They have a pontiff, which their Vatican is in Istanbul.
It's like IKEA. It's the flat pack of religions. It's very adaptable to whatever room or circumstance you want to use it for. So this is why it's been. I mean, that was Emperor Constantine, wasn't it? Who sort of adapted. I mean, it was obviously a while after, but I think it did about 400 AD or something like that. The Nicene Creed was that under Constantine? I can't remember, but
did you know
that's why a lot of it spread because it was very fervent for a few hundred years, but then I think that's...
But did you know that, so the thing about Christians being persecuted in Rome and like fed to lions and stuff, that's all bullshit. They were accepted just like any, because the Romans weren't bothered. Like they had a very fluid religious scene. They weren't bothered at all. And then later on, when the Council of Troy or whatever it was, where they went, right, we better actually just have one Bible now, or Council of Tours or something.
That sounds well.
Then they also said that we need some martyrs, otherwise this religion ain't going to stick. So then they made up all the stuff about Christians being persecuted and stuff. They actually weren't. There's no historical records of that happening at all.
I thought they were under a couple of when they tried to
but no more than anyone else.
Oh no, exactly. Yeah, no, I don't think it was called out
They
for a
weren't
special
Christians
persecution.
weren't. Yeah, they weren't persecuted.
Yeah.
They were treated. Sometimes they were treated shittily, like everyone in the Roman Empire. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there was, but they needed to have saints and stuff to shore it up. So they made a decision to kind of spread that they were persecuted and stuff when wasn't actually the case.
There you go.
It's good marketing, isn't it?
Good. Glad that doesn't continue to the current day, as we might be covering in future podcasts in this little series. Let's have a look what else we've got around in the biblical accounts. So the traditional nativity scenes depict the three wise men visiting the infant Jesus, manger, shepherds, angels, yada yada. But this should be understood as an artistic convention, allowing the two separate scenes of the adoration of the shepherds on the birth night and the later adoration of the magi to be combined for convenience.
Oh, nice. Just round together.
Yeah. So
it's like in a lot of ways, it's like RoboCop versus Terminator.
Nice.
Or Freddy versus Jason.
Oh God, I've seen that film. It's terrible.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did it remind you of the Nativity?
I mean, I suppose Freddy Krueger is a Christ-like figure.
Yeah. I don't know. I probably want to wheel that one back a little bit.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, he was a child molester.
Oh, I've completely forgotten about that. Yeah, okay. But no, there was none of that intended. Yeah, that's why they shoved him in an oven, wasn't it? Yeah.
So,
yeah, yada yada yada. So, just looking for some more bits and bobbins on the. So I mean, it really comes down to the fact that they weren't kings, and there weren't three of them.
Okay, so DJ Khaled's handed me a bit of paper. Thank you. And he has.
It's going to be basically I waffle on a Wikipedia article until Chris gets bored.
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah. So he said that guilty as charged. That there's nothing.
Oh, you have in that one then. Yeah.
Nothing to suggest there was three kings.
Well, they were kings. Yeah.
So I'm going to say let's leave it for today, and we can come back to the other two tomorrow.
Okay, no problem.
You know,
I thought we might get two out of the nativity. Don't worry, we'll be covering other subjects in later podcasts.
I'm sick of sitting in this room really when I know that there's a party going on at the Olympic-sized swimming pool while we float somewhere over the Azores.
Well, if I don't drown myself tonight, then we'll be back for a podcast tomorrow.
And if he does, then I'll be back for a slightly better podcast tomorrow. And
that's true.
I'm only joking. Cool. All right. Well, have a nice rest of Christmas Day, and we will see you on Boxing Day or Monday or whatever you want to call it. See you later. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Driving away from my home this Christmas. Man down the pub said he could get me a job in the merchant navy. Yeah. Guess driving away from my home this Christmas. I've had all the supermarket loyalty points transferred to your name. That's right.